What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for another Hour of Devastation draft. Spec is fine. Like, there's a couple of good cards and then a bunch of very mediocre cards. Banewheel Punisher is great. Open Fire is pretty great too. It's definitely going to be between these two. I haven't been very impressed by Reason to Believe. I don't think this card is very good. Like, if you are blue-green and you need a card, it's playable. It's just quite unexciting. The other uncommon are pretty bad. Screecher is fine, though a little bit weak too. Cards like, Punisher, for example, but there's also Blur of Blade, there's Splendid Agony, there's this amount of things that put one counter, and that annoys that card, which otherwise is fine, like it does beat down pretty well. Deserts are good. Avenger, very solid 2-drop. Definitely between Open Fire and Punisher. I think I do like Punisher more. Like, red is better than black in this set for sure, but this card is just amazing. Each time I played it or my opponent played it against me, it was just great. You can't really go wrong with it. Like, at worst, it is a 4-mana double black removal that destroys anything. So, yeah. And this is a worst case scenario, but you often get 2 for 1. You have some pretty sweet tricks with cards like supernatural stamina and whatnot. You can just do a bunch of sweet things. I do like Steward of Solidarity more than Farm Market, even though Farm Market is pretty good. And then there's Open Fire. Definitely a pick between Open Fire and Steward. And it's kind of close. I just passed an Open Fire, so might have put someone into red. This should probably not affect the way I pick to match though. I don't really mind being white-black though. I've been pretty successful with white-black zombie decks in the past. And I really like Stewart. It's close. I could imagine just picking the Open Fire, honestly. But red tend to be a little bit overdrafted, I think. And white-black zombie, when it's open, it's fairly often open, is just very good, so why not? But again, the right pick might just be Open Fire. I think since we are probably white back, I'm gonna pick my Paramount over Farm Market. This card has impressed me a lot. I thought it was mediocre, and the more I played Wizard against it, the more I liked it. Like, in a dedicated zombie deck, it's just amazing. Oasis Ritualist is very good too. One of my favorite cards in the set. Ramp is definitely my favorite deck. And I do love Farm Market in Ram deck, actually. It's great with Ritualists. You can just blow up something, then you get the nice loot effect to not flood. Hour of Eternity, I haven't seen that card being great yet. I think it's probably at its best in Ramp, but not the most exciting card ever. Just gonna pick Desert of the True here. You want deserts in your deck, deserts are good. And here we don't have match. Like, Defeat is a good sideboard option. I guess that's another Ritualist. Getting 2 Ritualists in a row might mean something. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick the Ritual as a speculative pick. I love Ramp, so maybe I'm a bit biased, but I just think it's just a bad deck. And Ritualist is just amazing, and we've just seen 2 in a row. And we are not giving up on match. Like, yeah, a Desert in your color is good, but it's not insane. And the off chance that green is actually very open and we see more of these and some Sifter Worms and whatnot is just pretty high. With that being said, we are not going to pick Beneath the Sand here. Just going to pick Bone Slasher, which is a solid zombie card. There's an unconventional tactics here. I think we're just going to go zombie. We missed a desert, which is it's annoying, but I think in general, staying a little bit more open and picking the slightly better card in the first couple picks in nowadays sets where there's a lot of playable is just often right and good. Like, imagine we've seen a third Ritualist going, or Ranas's Stalwart, or let's be crazy, a Sifter Worm, then that could have paid off. But it seems like white black or zombies, if anything, is more open than Ramp. Okay, can write Eternal, decent 2-drop zombie. I do like Mummy Paramount more than Merciless Eternal. Pretty sure, yeah. I don't think this is even that close. I haven't been impressed by Merciless Eternal. I only like it because it's a zombie most of the time, and it's I don't know that card it's not bad, but it's been unimpressive overall. I guess there's a chance we play these, but hope not. Don't mind Camel if we get enough deserts. I don't really care about anything else. That's like Desert of the Mindful. Don't think I'll ever play Grizzly Survivor in this deck. Like, don't really want to do that. Getting defeat this late is nice. So we have 2 Paramount, which is nice. An Eternal. Steward is just a good card on its own. Don't really care about zombies. Punisher, same thing. And then Tactic and, 4 good zombies. Rod Beast is not the worst. Especially if you are playing zombies. Zombies. We haven't seen enough the. Well, I guess we've seen Unconventional Tactic, which is one of the payoff, for playing zombie. We haven't seen the white black gold rare, which is pretty insane. The one that gives Death Touch or lifelink to attacking zombies. But it's pretty likely that the card just hasn't been open. But since we saw some fairly Paramount, Mummy, and Tactic, I kind of feel like, this might just be open. Okay. Well, Screecher again suffers from the 1 toughness. I think as a 3-2 it would be amazing. It would really be very good. We've seen set in the past where 3-2 fly for 4 have been medium. I think in this set they would be awesome. Flyers are just very solid. But 1 toughness is a little bit annoying. So I might just pick a lethal thing here. Card works fine with Punisher because you kind of have a free body to put the counter on. It's also decent with Steward of Solidarity because you will very be often just making 1-1 and not really caring about attacking with it. It's not a card I want stacked too many of in my deck though, but I'll be happy to have 1. I think, and getting 1 Sting is probably going to be a little bit more difficult than getting 1 Screecher. Like if I want some medium 4-drop that happen to be zombie, I think I will get these. I will get these. I don't think it's a big problem. I do like Torment of Venom a lot. If black was not among the weakest color in the set, this would be one of the best common, I think. It is so strong. Cool. Cool. Gonna pick another Mummy Paramount over Angel of the God Pharaoh. I think this card is just good and they get better in multiples, so you cannot really go wrong with it. Be happy to pick a Desert of the Glorified, but I'll just go with the Paramount. And here it's gonna be Bone Slasher of a Sandblast, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Ratchet Camel is a zombie. We don't have a ton of desert though. I still think it's the pig though. Cool, we have 6-2 drop. This is pretty much where I want to be with my aggressive deck. I'm pretty happy about that. Like, this is one of the toughest spots in the curve to make sure, that you really want to make sure it's going to be good enough. And always feel a little bit of a relief when I end up with the amount of 2-drop I want for my deck, and then I can focus and maybe getting just some slightly better cards, some removal and whatnot. So I guess Merciless Eternal, despite me not liking it very much, is still better than Marauding Bone Slasher. So I'll just pick that. There's Encampment, I guess, to power up the Camel, but whatever. Maybe we'll just not play Camel if we don't see any desert. We could have 1. I know we could have 1. But I'm still fine with this pick. Like, Ritualist is among the best common in the right archetype. And we've seen 2 in a row, and I think it was just fine to try. Fine to try seeing if more green things would come. Don't mind Torment of Scarab, especially in my more aggressive decks, so seems fine. Cool. We have a couple revolve, some really solid creatures, a lot of zombies. Kind of like how this is going. We haven't seen any Lord, but you know, they might just not have been open. Don't really like Disposal Mummy, but I think this is still the card we are more likely going to be playing. If anything, it's a decent sideboard option against some deck that sometimes rely on stuff in graveyard. Alright, let's just pick the land. I guess I don't think I'll ever play that. I haven't played the card yet, and I plan on never playing it during the entirety of the set, but who knows. Scrounger, on the other hand, has been fine for me. 3/4 is actually a decent body, and it often just gets killed. But if it doesn't get killed, it kinda... Even if they have something like a 5/5, they can't really race it. So it kinda stops bigger creature and other 5-drop. And it kinda, you know, it's very good against, you know, small creature in general and aggressive deck. I think given the amount of 2-drop I have, I don't really care that much about Rat, especially since I want to be aggressive, so I'll just pick another defeat. Act of Heroism is fine, though. I definitely like it more when I'm playing a deck with Exert Creature. I guess it's fine with 2 Arts of Solidarity, not super exciting otherwise. Alright, I think we are hoping to wheel in a Ketra's Name, which should be pretty good in our deck, and just gonna pick Splendid Agony, which is a very solid card. Pack is pretty strong. Crocodile of the Crossing, Uncrowned Champion, Hepatram. Couple goodies in there. Ooh, Never to Return. Definitely like it more than the Trial or the Cartouche of Ambition. It also pops up a zombie, you know. Ooh, Start Finish. Lovely. Hopefully we can wheel initiate. I guess we are more likely gonna wheel Start Finish, but I really don't want it not to wheel, so just gonna pick it. So we are good removal wise. Getting Splendid Agony into Never Return into Start Finish is nice. I think maybe we want one tactic, one in a Ketra's Name, but no more trick, and then everything else should be creature if possible. If possible, sorry. Probably, yeah, just gonna pick an Wavering Initiate here. Seems like a no-brainer. It's not a zombie, but it comes back as a zombie. Again, I don't think we want more trick. If we want one more trick, it's gonna be Ketra's Name. It's not gonna be something else. I've been actually fairly pleased with Supply Caravan. I think it's a fine card. And we can use it as another 5-drop. We haven't seen a lot of Lords or payoff to be zombie, but actually, just having, if we can get one in a Ketra's Name in our deck, as long and the unconventional tactic, and the fact that we have 3 Paramount, it's just going to be good enough to make the tribal work. We don't need any Lords. We don't need no Lord. I guess Painful Lesson for the more grindy matchups. Blighted Bat I do like more than Sparing Mummies. Festering Mummy has been pretty impressive too lately. I mean, that card, I've never been super high on that card, but the more I played Wizard against it, the more I liked it actually, whether it was in Amonkhet or Hour of Devastation. Now, is it better than Blighted Bat? Maybe, kind of. Cheap zombies are also nice to trigger Paramount a lot during the same turn and maybe be able to, you know, attack through even a 4/4. It also works well with Start to Finish. It's super close, like Blighted Bat is good. Eh, close call. Ooh, we got a 3-drop, so now I'm pretty happy I actually picked that instead of the bat. Cool. Don't think we'll be festing, but who knows. Don't think we'll be winging, shepherding. And we did not really look at Ra's name. I do like stamina, though. But at this point we have 25 cards. Probably not playing one of the 2-5 drop. I guess the Caravan is slightly weaker. Not even sure about that. And I think we'll play 60 land. This is a 3-drop, this is a 3-drop, this cycles for 1. Yeah, this is gonna be 24 spell, 16 land. And we kind of have a clunky thing here, which is we have way more black, but our early game is very white, so we still need enough white. I think it's gonna be 9-7. I could even see going 8-8 just because we have all those many paramount that we really want to play on turn 2. I think 7 white should be fine though. Is it greedy? Maybe it should just be 8-8. We just have 1 double black. I guess 2 double black. It's close. It's either 8-8 or 9-7. I don't think it should be anything else. Never play a 10-7. 10-6, sorry. I actually, and conventional tactics kind of wants you to have 2 white if possible. Because you might want to play, white zombie and, get it back. I think we'll just go 8-8. Empty Joe is gonna say something crazy like that. Yeah, never. This is so wrong. Even this I think is pretty wrong. This is fine, and then I think we can even go 8-8. Again, you really want the white early on. And if you cast Torment of Venom or Never to Return a little bit later on the curve than they could have been, it's really not that big of a deal. In general, you will want to play a creature on those turns anyway. I think we'll do that. White-black zombies for you guys. Seems fine. Like, we have good revolt, decent curve, some solid creature, a couple synergies. Not insane, could have been better with a couple of lords, but definitely a decent deck. So we'll see how it goes, but I hope you enjoyed the draft. Definitely drop a like if it's the case. Thank you for watching, and see you for round uno.